Today we're going to talk about Resolve, Davinci Resolve codec that are Davinci Resolve friendly. The one I was using before that was absolutely not Davinci Resolve friendly, and the new settings seem to work much better. It's very simple. What else are we going to see? We are going to play some McDROID, some of the later levels that are now unlocked. So let's go to the switch mode. So I'm going to play for like maybe 20 minutes, and then I will inject that inside Resolve and start learning how to edit in Resolve. So start recording, and let's see how the computer is doing. Alright, so the CPU is nicely full. Yeah, OBS. Let's see if the audio is working through. Yep, it's working. And then we have the GPU. The encoding is maxed out nicely. I'll show you why real quick. It's in somewhere here. So I went into advanced mode. I didn't know there was such mode. So the reason why this is almost maxed out is because I'm using the NVIDIA encoder for the H.264 stream. Let's see. It's working. Is it freezing out? No, it's fine. And I'm using also the H.265 NVIDIA encoder at 50 megabits second. The bitrate I don't think matters, but having H.265 usually takes up about half of it, and the rest is taken by H.264 and the reading from the stream right here. So that is why. So I don't need to see that horrible image. And we're gonna play the Mackie. And so what we have currently is we're almost entirely spec'd up. Almost all the research have been researched. Let's see. Close the door. So the laser, we have up till the wave cannon, we have the full bonsai up to the palm tree, and we have the missile launcher MK1-2 and the mortar launcher, and we have the bot factory 1, 2, 3. 3 is quite fun, and we have up to MK4 of the Tesla coil. We have almost all that. 815. Let's see. What we don't have are the outfits. Yeah, the outfit take up a lot of souls to. Can see the cost. 112,000. This one is 67,000. This one, the Tesla skate, the cyber skates, to 200,000. But when we have that, when we have all that stuff, the power is just insane. We have 5 times with Ragnar's Quaff. We have 5 times the firepower and 3 times the shield. With the beard, we have plus 1 time the firepower. And this one is just crazy, super fast. So total, we are unstoppable firepower. So these are the repair arms from La Factory, from the shuttle. So we're gonna start something fun, I think. Let's see. Yeah, one of my favorite level, actually my favorite level. Boom. And this is the challenge. I've already completed that one once. And in this one, what you end up gaining is the rail. So when I get rid of all the goodies, no, we want yep, there you go. So when we have none of the goodies, you can see how small the McDROID is, and he's got this new thing which is a rail on its back, and so what it allows you to do is to have exactly the same weaponry. So you have now 3 slots for weapons, which is quite crazy. So today we're gonna play with the Tesla coil. Huh. And so you can control directly all the weaponries. Boom, boom, boom. So any turret that's around, you can control them, which is pretty nice. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I thought I researched the entire Tesla coil, but it seems I have a few hundred. Okay. Yeah, I know what we're going to do. We're going to do so it's very useful, that rail, because when you're in a lava area such as this one, and you want a tree on you, but you also want some weaponry. Oops. Ah, there you go. Macross style. Of course, in close quarter, those missiles are not the most efficient, since they run into pretty much every obstacle. Boom, boom, boom. See, so you miss a lot. But in open space, like the last level, it's one of the best configuration. See, it takes care of those snails really, really quickly. And because their range is really high, you can do other things. You can take care of other things. Let's see. One thing that's pretty cool about the game is the more weapon you get and the more the camera automatically zooms out, so that you can always see most of the time. You can see when you're in close quarter, boom, 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 boom. They will blow up. So it's definitely not the best, but it looks hella cool. Look at that. Okay. Okay, so we need more arms to repair little Naki. I removed the invisible wall so you can go anywhere. Now I'm gonna switch to Le Tesla. There you go. Now we're almost fully loaded with Teslas. And this one, I'm gonna upgrade this one. That's pretty smooth. Good. Ah, that's what you get. And because I don't have any slots left, what I do is I plant the bliss beam and look at the efficiency. But I almost have no health left, so I go back to my shuttle. Oh yeah, and good thing. Oh, oops. I'm trying to reach the maximum Tesla, so I need 980 diamond. So the missile launcher as turrets are long range, very powerful, but they're very weak armor. And so if you use the missile launcher, you need to have them in the middle of your base, otherwise it's not going to survive. See, in this one, I don't know if you can see, but the Tesla joined together with an electric beam right here, and each time Tesla link up, they increase the power of each one of them. There you go, look at that. Didn't take long for this guy to say goodbye. Boom. I'll create some nice shots like that. Nice fluid shot for the trailer. But see, the camera, I'm realizing the camera is a bit too fast, because you can hardly make a nice smooth shot. Like as soon as you hit the edge. So maybe it's better to show it like that. Ah, almost too late. Good enough. Now I can go close up. $990 diamond, we're good. See that one? Just, yeah. So what you want to do usually when you're dealing with really powerful enemies is you want to get factories. Yeah, we don't want those to be in the middle of the base. There you go, I'm dead. Which is fine. Et voila. Now the Tesla is complete. And with a bit of luck. Oh yeah, we're going to go to the last level. Voila. And we stop the recording and restart the recording. There you go. Wow. So the first thing we do in this one is we plant. And repair the factory. And we plant a tree next to the tree of life to heal it up. Because these robot factory, the nice thing about them is they generate these Tesla bots. And you will see them in action. They are extremely powerful. So if I want to get rid of these monsters on the other side, I just move the factory here. Then wait a little bit for the Tesla bot to come in and clean up. The yellow bot over there, the one with the square heads, they're punchies. They use their little front legs like a dog to attack the enemy. I don't know what the hell's going on here. New bug? Yeah. Probably. Gonna have to fix that. Good. That one is so much fun. And there is a version that we can pick up right here. That one will take good care of anything that comes this way. Think aliens. So a good idea, because the missile launcher is so weak, is to put them close to the shuttle or far away from the front line. And okay, take care of the diamonds. So far away from the front line, since they are long range and they're very weak armor. And then there you go, like that. And then have a few repair arms, repair them constantly, as well as bliss. The bliss double the speed of repair, so it's a good idea to have repair armor too. And then let's have a doll. The doll, there you go, just gonna clean up. to see all the tree of life. So we have a giant area of bliss which we can use. And because there's a spawn point next to it, might be a good idea to plant some turrets around it, take care of the enemies before they can amass, because the spawning rate of the enemies allows a one by one killing. No, it's not killing, liberating. So the robots, here we go. We're gonna take care of all the enemies. See how powerful these are? This is crazy. So it might be a, wow. I don't know why I got so many diamonds. I think I have an idea. I probably forgot to reset the diamond count when I built this one. So I'm gonna launch Unity and fix it. Fix it now. Fortunately, Unity takes a considerable amount of time to boot up. That's the effect of their new database system, which is still in beta, I think. It doesn't break stuff, but it's about, yeah, it's a good amount slower than the old database system. See a little bit of technicality about Unity. So Unity, the way it works, really clever. Instead of having direct reference to files, path and all that stuff, they have, when you make a reference from one thing to another, let's say a prefab makes a reference to a mesh, and a mesh renderer makes reference to a shader, rather a material, and a material to a shader. They don't directly reference the files. What they do is they reference an ID, an asset ID, and that asset ID then is kept track of by the asset database. Okay, we're gonna get one, get another one. And another one. Poof, there you go. Fully decked. Or is it? I think we still have a, yeah, there you go. Fully decked, bliss. About voila. Okay, it works perfectly. Good. Yes, definitely need to slow down. Yeah, mesh animator breaking regularly. No, don't destroy my stuff. Cool. So, okay, it works fine. I am going to I'm going to do that. Can move this thing. Let's see. Usually that's not very useful in this area, so I'm gonna move that here. My mug, move the mug here. So the way it works is a scriptable object that takes care of persistence, and my guess is that the strawberry, strawberry is not to a crazy number, so I don't know why there is 1,000. But anyway, I need to reset those things, otherwise they get combined inside the build. Let's see. Pause working? Yeah, pause seems to work. So that stuff is working fine. I don't know why I had 1,000 in this level. I should restart it. But before that, camera main, I need to fix the, there you go, this one. This is too fast. Free smooth, auto smooth. At I think 70% should work fine. What's important is to keep the curve nice and smooth. Otherwise, when you play the game, you can really feel something's off. So, voila. So that's the acceleration curve of the camera control. Back to the switch. And then we're going to restart the level to see about that 1,000 diamonds. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I mean 1,000 strawberries. Yeah, that's definitely not normal. So let's see how that happened. I'm going to keep some ways to game the system. Why is it trigger? Boom. All right. Going back to the hybrid. Stage 0. Stage 6. The numbers are offset by quite a lot. Loading the scene, loading the scene, loading the scene, loading the scene. I think the combination of the real-time, I should stop the recording. There you go, boom. See, when I stop the recording, NVIDIA encoding, dropping a lot. Okay, so these guys are with the UI layer, which is always getting in the way for some reason. Override, everybody shoot me, okay. Everybody shoot you. Barrel. Go. And then we have consumable mine, which have the following effect. Cocoon. Okay. So that's your trigger player mine. The detection might be caused by physics layer. Voilà. that matrix. Yeah, UI on this software is something to behold. So, player mind cocoon. Yep, that's why. It should be only enemy missile. What? No, not loot. Everybody. No. Yeah, see the problem, the logic was wrong. It should be enemy missile, fine. Yep. No, wrong one. Okay. Enemy missile, fine. And then player mind. There you go. Okay, should detect enemy boss, enemy small, and enemy normal. Yeah. Okay, good. So I fixed the mind detection. Save project. Then redo that thing. Okay, bye. And then we go diamond. Well, there's no change, so it shouldn't show up, but I guess it does. Main camera, this is the slope and the curve. You can see in weight, slope. So that's the data, which is in text format, which is really nice. Then we have performance, dynamic resolution. So I turn that back on. Not super convinced. Especially for shooting those videos. The frame drop might be better. So I think I'll discard that. And the dynamics management is what we just fixed. Okay, fine. Stage all that. Mines only blow up on enemies. Main camera. Smoother. Boom. Okay, so now that we have all that good stuff running, let's go for the editing. And maybe launch a compilation while it's happening. Yeah, maybe. So anyway, this is the experimental stuff I was using earlier today. My goal is that this kind of scrubbing, or when I use the box, which doesn't work today, well, it worked earlier, so what's happening? There you go. USB-C, eh? So that stuff needs to be really fast. So currently it's doing a little bit of compression for the streaming, so it's going to be slower. Plus we have Unity in the background. What the hell is that timeline? What a stupid idea. Good thing they removed it in Windows 11. Okay, so we want this one to be free. Voilà, bye. So that should free up a little bit, yeah. So yeah, the reason why Davinci is not very fast right now is because, well, first there is a 3D that's taken by Unity. Even in the background, I think it's eating up a little bit. And there is, so that's when I do nothing. There is a streaming, the encoding from the stream, and there is a decoding from this thing right here. So it has an impact because as you guys probably know, Davinci uses a lot of the GPU. So in any case, it's normally smoother, but this is really smooth. I mean, it's so much smoother than it was before. And the reason is the compression needed to have a keyframe interval around 5 frames. It's enough. 1 frame is better, but the change is almost imperceptible. So 5 frames is good. And what that means is that you will have 1 iframe every 5 frames. And so when you're scrubbing like that, if you're scrubbing backward, it will only need to look 5 frames. I think it's, I would say, 4 frames. So the closest would need to be reconstructing the image 4 frames before, with the B frames that include the vector movement in the frame, which are much smaller. But if you want, what happens when you have 5 frame space between iframe is when you are in the middle between 2 iframe, it will need to look, it will need to rebuild maximum 2 frame, 3 frame. Actually no, because I think it's a forward movement, but maybe in H.265 it's backward. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm encoding here in H.265, and so it needs to rebuild up to 2-3 frames, something like that, in order to recreate an intermediate frame, to recreate the frame you're scrubbing at. Maximum, the default, really stupid number, the default is like 250 or some crazy number like that. So 250 is good for, you know, high compression, or rather not high compression, but you know, efficient use of data. But when you slide that in the editor, it means that it needs to rebuild 100 frames each time you scrub, worst case scenario. And so, yeah, it was just stuttering like crazy. So now it's really, really smooth. And you cannot tell really, but trust me, that kind of jogging I'm doing now. So I'm scrolling. Scrolling is always slower, but see the jogging, that smoothness, I never get that. Anyway, let's go back to what we have, which is, I don't know why it's not deleting. Hello. Yeah, I'm still a noob in Davinci. Oh yeah, it's because I'm in, that's the thing, I'm in the tab. Yeah, anyway, once you get used to it, I'm sure it's better. So the way it works is you have tabs, each tab has a function, right? So this tab, I'm gonna go in workplace with only one screen workplace. Yeah, that's good. So the way Davinci works is you have your assets right here, and I don't need that junk. So, bye-bye. So assets right here. All right. Boom. So I'm gonna grab for my capture. Boom. So you have assets right here, which allow you to look at the metadata very easily. See, you can see metadata right here. Be nice if it had more detail, like the average data usage and all that stuff, but you know, it's pretty damn good. And the great thing is you can scrub, and you can see the scrubbing. I'm gonna have to make you a bit more quiet. Boom, there you go. So the scrubbing is super fast. And this is, what's the size of that? This is, well, 1440p. And so that's like almost indistinguishable quality. You really cannot see. I've done a lot of tests. You cannot see the compression, and it's got good speed. It's like twice or 3 times faster when I'm not streaming at the same time. It's only a 2060 graphics card and a 8400 CPU, so kind of, you know, last century technology. Then you can do cut. I don't know if that thing works. I never use it. So, and you can use the traditional edit timeline, and this is what I will be using today. Okay, that's interesting. So the great thing about this system, this stuff is, all right, so let's see, how do I, time code, date and time, descending, there you go. So the nice thing about this cut window is you in fact, you see the entire 1901, yeah, okay. You see your entire timeline right here. There are some shortcuts to get that thing to stick to the thingy, but I don't know what the shortcuts are. Anyway, you can see that the way it moves, especially when you scrub, is like super fast. So this allows you to get a good idea of, yeah, maybe you can use that to get a good idea of what you have of your entire project. When I drop it, yeah, when I drop it with a smart insert, yeah, there you go. So I don't need those markers. So that's one way to do it, is you put all your shots. You know, if it's a traditional project like a movie, you would put all your reels in there and then swap the shots around. In this case, though, it's not really what we have, because we have a really long capture that doesn't have a theme split up, right? So one way of doing it is to put a marker and then encapsulate all these things. See, we don't really care that for yeah. Anyway, I don't use this one. So let's use what I'm comfortable with. Let's stay in our comfort zone. There you go. Boom. See, I could use that for the trailer. Like, that is nice. A bit of movement, in and out. Actually, the best way is to put in and out in here. There you go. And then you jog. And then put an out point. And it heats up a long time. So you then can speed it up. How do I do that? Return control, I would say. Nope. Spectre, there you go. I knew I saw it. So speed change, you can change the speed. Normally that thing shows up right here. No idea why it's not. Yeah, that'll need a little bit of habit getting used to it. So what's kind of nice is, I think you can isolate shots like that, or not. Just duplicates. Okay. Let's look for. Let's look at tracing shots. Nope. Yeah, there was some interesting stuff around here. Oh yeah, that shot where I was doing this kind of wide shot was pretty nice. That's kind of cool. What the fuck? Place on top. Well, I be damned. What's going on here? Well, that's interesting. Why would it put it over there? I ask you. I think it keeps a memory of the project, that thing, the timeline's length. So that's kind of cool. That's dynamic. T. I need to change that for Y so that I get my old habits of Premiere Pro back. Cool. And we cut by here, delete, and then go further down. The magic timeline. I think that's it. Yeah. I'm thinking now that would be actually useful in OBS if there was a way to put marker of interesting moments. I will look into that. I'm sure there is such a possibility. That's a nice moment right here. Because you don't exactly see what's going on to understand what is going on. It is short enough. So I know there is a shortcut for this, but I don't know what it is. So we shall use the mouse. There you go. That's a nice moment right here. Now we don't see exactly what's happening. Yeah, I'm so used to Premiere. Like in Premiere, when you use the Alt at button, it will do that in one move. It's pretty nice. Yeah, those are nice. So what I do is I grab all the interesting moments, I put them on the timeline, because the multicam I don't think it's gonna work. What could work with a multicam is if I create something like that with a bunch of moments which are similar, like shortcut, no, not shortcut, close up, wide shot, medium shot, and I create a multicam made of a composite of all these kind of shots, slow shot, fast shot, and all that, and I can have a multicam like that, so I can switch between type of shots. Maybe it could work, but the thing is, it's not really a multicam situation. Although, you know, there might be a way to do it. Right now I haven't thought about it. But this is cool. This is cool. There's some cool stuff in there. Looks very different than the PC version, as you can see. And it's funny because the look of this had to be changed to something like that. Oh, there you go. Because, that's a cool shot. Crane shot. Because the way the cartoony shader was made, that's pretty sweet. The way the cartoony shader was made is by doing rendering twice object, once with the roll shading, and the second time with inverse normal and black. So that's how the outline were made. It's kind of cool. Yeah, like that. It's nice. It's keeping 60 FPS. And so it was actually cheaper to go PBR with that volume lighting that Mr. F made, rather than this cartoony shading, with a simpler shader, but the poly count would have been doubled. And of course we have a cap on the console, which is a very nice target to hit. When you have a limitation, it makes you way more creative. But kick my ass. Voila. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing that. That's nice. With the firepower being delivered. Yeah, that's a nice shot. That can be cool. Yeah, that's not working, it's too fast. Although if I if I ever manage to make that thing work, the retiming, I still don't know why the retiming is not working. Or maybe it's because I was in the audio tab. Ah bah non. No. I could at least tell you why things don't work, yeah? That would be nice. So what's kind of nice with this thing, and it also exists in Premiere, but now it's my new baby, is that when you do a retime process, you can say optical flow, right? And so if I say I go speed, slow it down, see that should ripple. I don't know why it's not rippling. Why are we not rippling? Why not? Maybe that's why. Huh, now that used to work. Okay. Oh, what happened? Oh yeah, okay, it's inserting this one. Position lock, marker, full extend, direction, freeze. I guess that means freeze. It's pretty cool. Icon, the design of Davinci is quite amazing. Ah, ripple timing, there you go. So if I do that, yeah, very cool. So that's not the one I want to ripple, that's the one I want to slow down. So if I slow it down like that, see how the way it rebuilds frame by frame doesn't do a good job, like clearly. You can see it's really crappy job. Yeah, it's not doing a good job. But you can tell it does an optical flow. Just not very good one. Speed warp. Project setting. Enhance better, maybe. Might be that. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, motion estimation is better. You don't get as much of that weird stuff. It's much better, yeah. Yeah, it struggles. Okay, so that's really cool. So you have control over the motion estimator to a pretty fine grain, I must say. Very nice. Very, very nice. So yeah, I can probably fix the shot. Or probably reshooting it better. I don't know, you render. Like in Premiere, you just press the enter. Return. No. Okay, I have to figure that one out. So anyway, there's some cool stuff going on here.